Do not fall for the hatred disguised as love. When people come into your life and their actions show one thing and their words say another, do not fall for the okie doke, because it needs to be actions to match the words, not just words and no actions. So if people come in your life and they say that they love you, yet they're treating you like they hate you, the mannerisms that they have is like they hate you, then you can no longer base anything off of love. You can no longer see anything as love, because it's just going to be an illusion, a way to play on your heart, to play on your feelings, to make it that much deeper of a negative, toxic, what can you say? Something that sucks onto you, like, okay, pretty much a leech, but only this leech, once it gets a hold of you, it's going to steal your essence as who you were. It's going to take your essence away from who you really are. It's really, really important for you to realize that. Do not confuse love with hate. It's easy to get caught up with that. If someone says that they love you, the actions need to be there to show such. It can't be open-ended words. It can't just be mistake after mistake being made, and then they think that the I love you is gonna patch it up and fix it. Where's the actual work to fix the problem? Where's the resolution at? If there's no resolution and all you got was a I love you, then it's hate. They hate you. It's a way that's a way that they use to tie you up, to confuse your brain, to trick you, especially you people out there with good hearts, big hearts. That is what they use to play on that. They will play upon your heart. They will play upon the love emotion, because some of us have never been loved correctly. We don't know what love is. Some of us don't love ourselves. Some of you don't love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how can anyone else come in your life and fill that void for you? They're not required to give you love. They don't owe you any love. That's why it's important to love yourself, because nobody out here owes you love. They do not owe you. Owe that to yourself. You deserve that to yourself. So once you learn how to love yourself, the people who come in your life should know how to love you, because you love yourself. And even if they don't love you, you're still in love with yourself. They didn't take anything from you, because they can't take that self-love from you. But it's a way that they can break you down and make you forget how much you love yourself. It's a way that they can prey upon you to try to steal that love that you have from yourself. And that's why I say be extremely cautious. Don't play around with that love word. Do not play around with that love word. Some of you just get in these relationships, and the first person who says I love you, it kind of forces it on the other person to say it. If one person says I love you, the other person says I love you, and usually if one person doesn't say it, it's a problem. But who are you to tell that person what love is, who they love, and how they love? You can't do that. But a lot of the times people think that they can. See, that's why this love shit is tricky. You have to ask yourself, do you really want love? Because it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of confusion behind that word and what that means. And if the person who is trying to offer you love has a different definition of what you believe love is, then it's going to be two different outcomes and expectations and intentions. You understand that? Whether those intentions are good and bad, no matter what, you have to have the self-love before that even comes, before an outside factor can even come into your life. You have to have self-love first. Because if you're already weak and someone's able to fill some type of void for you, then you become a dependent, and they are able to control you, to manipulate you to where they can use that love to do so. They don't need you, they need your emotions. They need your emotions. They need that energy. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. Like I said, I would rather have loyalty than love. I would rather have respect than love. Because if you respect somebody, there's certain things you wouldn't do. Certain things you wouldn't say. Certain ways you wouldn't act. If you love someone, love gives sometimes it gives people an excuse to do certain things, to act certain ways. You hear all the time men and women getting killed because someone cheated and they acted out of love. That's why love is tricky. It can cause you to do some things that you would normally never think to do. That's why I'm saying it's dangerous. It's the way the love that's out here is dangerous. And I can't even say that is love because that's just a word that they slapped on it. It's really not love. What these people out here saying is love is really not love. It's just a label that they slapped on these actions that they're taking, on the things that they're doing, and they slapping love on as a label to hide what it truly is. It's pure hate. It's pure hatred. It's the reverse. They pulled a Uno reverse on that ass. They pulled an opposite day on that bitch. And you don't even know it. You gotta understand, these people that you come across, they may not tell you, you may not never know who they truly are, especially if they don't love themselves, because they're gonna be trying to be other people. They're gonna be trying to emulate other things, other beings. They're not gonna be themselves. They're not gonna be themselves. They probably have so many different personalities concocted up. I just want y'all to be safe out here, man. Guard yourself, because it's people out here hunting. And whether it's consciously or subconsciously, the people who's out here hunting subconsciously, that's embedded in them. They need that energy to live. That's why I didn't understand, and I still don't understand. I still don't get this microwave toxic ass society. But it's all built up. It's all led up to this point. And it's all the blind leading the blind. You have these people who are following these people blindly. And when they're following these people blindly, they're not sitting back long enough to see the consequences and to see the effects of them following such persons, such said people, whoever they're following, who may be leading them down the path of darkness, down a wrong path. They're not even aware. They haven't even took a time back to think about the potential outcomes of the shit that they do. And then a lot of these women wonder why they're going to be alone until the day they die. Because nobody wants someone who thinks in that way, to think in that mindset of toxicity, of thinking that, thinking like a man, trying to put yourself in a man's shoe, in a man's position, is going to make them more likable. Yet they'll say something like, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. Because they have started to transform into one. The masculine energy is outweighing their feminine energy. That's why they're so off balance now. That's why they're trying to put their mindset into those of men, and that's why you had these women out here on some crazy shit, on some dysphoria shit. They're literally disorientated. They don't know what the fuck to think. They're in a female body trying to think like a man, and their mind doesn't know how to think like a man because they're not a man. But they try though. We see it daily. We see what's going on. It's not a game. It's real out here. Then you got the men on the other hand who see what the women are on and what the product that they're getting, the quality of the product. And if the quality of the product is low, you cannot set your expectations high for a low quality product. So that's why you have men who are going their own way, who saying, hey, I'm not getting married. It's a trap. Hey, I'm not doing no relationships. It's a trap. It's a game. It's a mindset though. No man wants to get into a relationship with anybody if they're on a way different mindset. It's like, why compromise? Why go and cuff up someone when the littlest thing you can do will cause a person to walk away from you, to step out on you, to do something terrible, to make you maybe lose trust? And like I said again, people come into relationships with trust issues. And how does that work? How do you get into a situation when you're not healed and over a past situation? That's something I will never understand. I will never understand it. I can't wrap my head around something like that. You haven't took the time to heal. You haven't took the time to love yourself and to build your trust up. Yet, you want to get in another one? You want to try again? You want to try with someone else? What sense does that make? That's where we get these constant toxic ass relationships from that go nowhere. That's just end up being a waste of time, money, energy, health, mental, everything. Completely wastes away. Y'all have to stop. Y'all have to stop. Y'all can't keep doing this to yourself. Y'all can't keep going out like this, man. Y'all cannot keep going out like this. We're gonna put an end to it, because we're not going to keep going out like this. That's why we see how much the black community is struggling with these relationships. We see it. We see it. We see it. We have too much toxicity going on. The women listening to this music, and they think it's women empowerment. Then the niggas listening to this shit, and they think this some get money shit. But the wise ones know. The wise ones can see that thin line. We're no longer going to go for this. We're no longer going to keep going in the same cycle. Do you understand me? This has to be put to an end. Protect yourself. Love yourself. Don't fall for the love, the words. Fall for the actions. Fall for the actions. Don't fall for looks. Don't fall for false personalities. Fall for what they do. If they're able to say something and bag it up, or not even say anything at all, but actually stepping for you, then you know what it is. You're going to know what it is. You're going to know what it is. I swear to God, if you don't know off the rip what it is in the first 30 days, 60 days, messing with someone, you need to stop talking to them. Stop trying to build with them. Some people don't want to be built. Some people don't want to grow. Some people just want relationships and shit for the titles, the pictures, the cute little goofy shit that doesn't matter. They built nothing. They built nothing. I don't want, me personally, will never get in a relationship unless it's mutually beneficial for both of us. We both get in You're stimulating my mind, I'm stimulating your mind. You're helping me grow, I'm helping you grow. We're both putting in and getting out. That way, my energy won't be drained at the end of it. I won't be feeling drained. And while you feel up and good and you got all this motivation and I'm over here like, damn, I ain't getting nothing from it. I can't do that. It has to be mutually beneficial, and that's how everybody should think. But the problem is, you have a lot of women out here who believe that the shit between their legs is the best value that they can offer. They'll say something like, I cook, I clean. You gotta do that anyways. It would be crazy for you not to. There's some shit you're gonna have to do regardless, by yourself or with someone. I'm gonna have to cook, I'm gonna have to clean if I was by myself, right? So why is that something that they always throw in front of somebody's face? Yes, that's good. It's amazing that you know how to cook and clean. It's great. It's great. But now in this day and age, a lot of the women don't know how to because they didn't have to. They had it the easy route. So that's why we have a certain type of woman. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that you never had to cook or clean. Shit, that's a laid back life. I'm not saying that, but it does hinder for these women who claim to want to be a wife. How do you want to be a wife when you have nothing to offer other than a pussy? What am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with that? That's why you have men who cheat, because these women only came and offered pussy. They only offered pussy. But this other woman may give him the spiritual enlightenment that he needs. May give him this, may give him that. Not saying that cheating is right. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just trying to get you to understand certain things, that you can't come to this shit asking for something, and in exchange for what you're asking, all I get is some pussy. That's not how this is going to work. It's not how anything is going to work. I don't understand how anyone can rightfully, in a right mind, expect for that to work. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, your love is the most important thing.